to keep them from infecting any more people with coronavirus. Here's Fox's Evan Brown.
Chris, nearly 700 California residents on board will be taken to either Travis Air Force Base or Miramar Naval Air Station. Other U.S. citizens will be taken to Texas or Georgia. Foreign nationals will be flown to their home countries for quarantine. A second Princess cruise ship, Regal Princess, was allowed to dock in Florida this weekend after crew members who transferred in from the one in California tested negative. Chris?
Evan, thank you. Stock markets around the world are down today, due in part to the coronavirus outbreak and a price war in the oil market. Jackson Wong's asset management director at Amber Hill Capital.
First of all, the sharp drop of the oil prices had a lot of investors worried that the economy is going down.
Dow futures down 1,255 points ahead of the opening bell on Wall Street. Another endorsement for Joe Biden from a former Democratic Party presidential candidate, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker, writing in a statement. Democrats need a nominee who understands that the way to beat Donald Trump is to bring people together. The North Korean military test fires 3 short-range projectiles into the water off its east coast toward Japan.
That's the latest act of aggression. It comes 2 days after the rogue nation promised momentous action. Nuclear negotiations between North Korea and the U.S. collapsed last year. U.S. officials say that the launch was not unexpected.
That's Fox's Aisha Hosni. A SpaceX cargo ship has arrived at the International Space Station a while ago with a load of gear and food, including grapefruit and tomatoes and candy like Skittles and Reese's. It is the 20th and final planned trip for this kind of SpaceX Dragon capsule. The next versions are designed to carry cargo or crew, and they'll dock automatically instead of being held by a robot arm. America's listening to Fox News.
Do business more powerfully during Dell's semi-annual sale. Save up to 45% on Dell computers and servers with Intel Core processors. It's time for you to upgrade to new modern devices with Windows 10. Also, save on electronics and accessories plus free shipping on everything and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call 877-BUY-DELL to talk to a Dell Technologies advisor who can help you find just the right tech. That's 877-BUY-DELL or visit Dell.com/business deals.
You see them all around town. Cintas trucks and their service reps taking care of customers. When companies use Cintas, you know they're confident and ready. Cintas helps with their fire protection and first aid and safety programs, handles their apparel solutions, and helps keep their facility and restrooms clean and stocked. So you know those companies care about their employees, facilities, and image. When all those things work together, they're ready for business.
Oh, I'm ready!
Get Cintas and get ready for the workday.
Concern about COVID-19 hitting the sports world.
Tennis, auto racing, and college sports all being affected by the coronavirus. The BNP Paribas Open, a near-major tennis tournament set to begin this week in the California desert at Indian Wells, will not be played as scheduled after a case of coronavirus was confirmed in the Coachella Valley. The Bahrain Grand Prix, Formula One's second race of the new season, will be run on March 22nd with no spectators on site. And the men's college hockey playoff series next weekend between Harvard and Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in Troy, New York, will be played with no spectators in RPI's 5,000-seat Houston Fieldhouse. Paul Stevens, Fox News.
At the movies.
Disney Pixar's Onward topping the weekend charts.
We've only got 24 hours to bring back the rest of Dad. We're going on a quest.
The animated adventure of two elf brothers earning $40 million in North America, $28 million internationally. The Invisible Man falls to second place with $15.2 million. In third with $8.5 million, the basketball drama The Way Back, starring Ben Affleck.
You're nervous. I get it. Truth is, they're more talented than you. Probably got a better coach. But I promise you, they are not a better team.
Ann Carrick, Fox News.
The Muppets of Sesame Street are asking parents of young children to make sure their families are counted in the 2020 census.
It is a special time when we count each person in every home in all the neighborhoods across the country. One monster of Sesame Street.
Oh, do kids count?
Of course. Everyone in your home counts.
Public service announcements in English and Spanish start airing today. That one starring Count Von Count. Kids under 5, especially minority children and kids in apartment buildings or in foster care, were the most undercounted demographic in the last census, according to demographers. I'm Chris Foster. This is Fox News.
Good morning. I'm Peter Colleen with your ESPN 93.5 local news update.
The Railside Golf Club is closing again. The course shut down in 2016 and was revived as a 12-hole course by an investment group. The goal this year was to attract 200 course memberships to keep the doors open, but that may have fallen short, and the corporation that owns it has been unable to find someone to manage the course. It's also closing the restaurant at the end of this month. They get down to business today trying to find a new superintendent for the Champaign School District. That person will replace Susan Zola. The goal is to have someone in place by January of next year so they can take over for Zola in July of 2021. Court date awaits a high school student in Urbana who made a threat on social media to shoot up her school. The 17-year-old arrested last week and spent a night in the juvenile detention center charged with disorderly conduct and will be back in court March 27th. You're up to date. I'm Peter Killeen.
Thank you, Peter. Here we go. ESPN 93.5 3-day weather brought to you by the Blossom Basket Florist. If you want fresh flowers, they were in the South American fields 3 days ago. They'll last for weeks. Blossom Basket, Cunningham, Urbana, Village at the Crossing, Champaign, 367 Rose or blossombasket.com. Morning, Diaducey.
Morning, Stevie. Rainy and windy conditions today. High 56, low 43. The wind advisory starts at 10 this morning, goes until 7 o'clock tonight. Winds up to 25 to 30 miles per hour. Morning clouds, afternoon sunshine expected tomorrow. High 48, low 38, up to 60 both Wednesday and Thursday. Right now, we're at 50. It's dark with the daylight savings time.
I was thinking, why is this so dark? It's because we sprung ahead.
Exactly.
It should be 6:07, and it's 7:07.
ESPN 93.5.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's our friend, Professor Alan Sachs, University of Texas at Arlington. You look good in your hazmat suit today, Professor.
I'm self-quarantining myself. I have a mask on. I'm under self-quarantine. I've declared a state of emergency for our household.
I really think that we might be taking this a bit too far. I mean, I understand the caution, Professor, but we need to heed the words from 1933 that say it all.
That the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
I'm becoming a little bit conspiratorial. You might remember the last time we had, and this is affecting the economic markets big time, was I believe in 2008, John McCain was running for the presidency against President Obama, and suddenly a huge economic crisis happened. He left his campaign, ran to Washington, he was a U.S. senator, to see what needed to be done. And I think that hurt the momentum of the Republicans at that time a lot. So I'm a little bit conspiratorial. I think there could be something else afoot in this. I don't know if it'll ever come out or not. Likely not. But I think there's something strange going on.
Well, listen, number one, we should be concerned. Number two, everything I've read and heard or seen about this appears to be kind of like the flu. Just like the flu kills a lot of people susceptible with weakened immune systems and elderly, you got to be careful. You got to be careful what you touch and all these things. Stay around, people. You don't want to be around people that are sick. I understand all of that. The problem is we don't know everything about coronavirus and we're freaking out.
I am canceling my dental appointment this week because of corona. Isn't that a good excuse?
Yeah,
I'm doing it.
That's a good one.
I'm canceling my dental appointment because of coronavirus because I'm old and frail. The virus is headed right toward me.
Listen, you're a guy, you probably need to be careful. You're 80 years old, right?
81.
Okay. But you sound youthful and you're still darn smart. Okay, talk to me about Joe Biden.
Headed toward 90.
You're a good man. Alan, what about Joe Biden? It's amazing with the turnaround that has occurred for him.
Yeah, isn't that coincidental as well? He's an empty vessel. And what they're doing, they want him to be, so they're going to pour whatever they want to into him and make him into whatever they want him to make him into. So it's not the vice president under Biden you got to worry about. It is the entire Democratic establishment. I think President Obama's hand, here I'm going to become conspiratorial again, is written all over this. And so I think that they wanted to give the election to good old Joe, and they're doing it because President Obama wanted his legacy, his heritage, to be unspoiled. He knew he'd get that from his faithful Vice President, Joe Biden. But he wasn't going to get it from Bernie. So there it is.
You think Obama was the man that pushed Biden, but why didn't Obama endorse?
He doesn't have to. He wants to play it very cool. I'm staying away from it. But behind the scenes, his hand is afoot.
Okay, and I've said, maybe I've told, Alan, I think I might have told you that when Joe Biden speaks, I feel kind of empathetic on a human standpoint because he says stuff and he sometimes doesn't feel. Here's what happened over the weekend. Another unbelievable say, what did he say kind of thing? He said this.
Turn this primary from a campaign that's about negative attacks into one about what we're for, because we cannot get reelected. We cannot win this reelection. Excuse me.
Okay, so he said that, which this is the campaign ad it turns into.
We cannot win this reelection. We can only reelect Donald Trump.
I mean, wow. I mean, he just doesn't quite get it out there, and he looked a little lost, and you're going, oh my, there's that moment. I mean, he has them all the time.
He talks about Super Thursday, and nothing like Super Thursday.
Yeah, and I'm running for U.S. Senate. I mean, it's
right.
just...
But he's
it's
their
tough.
man. He's a person that can be controlled, and I've never regarded him as a person with great intellect or depth. And some people might remember his start in politics at the national level started when he was a member of the Judiciary Committee in the U.S. Senate that derailed the nomination of Clarence Thomas, and if I remember correctly. And that's where Anita Hill came up, and he was on that committee along with Ted Kennedy and a few other notables. And so it was not a good performance then.
Well, I think he was the chairman of the committee, and I believe Rashida Tlaib.
I think you're right.
Rashida Tlaib came out over the weekend blasting him for Anita Hill. So the progressives still are not on the page with former Vice President Joe Biden. What do you think happens here with Corona? What do you think happens with Joe and Bernie tomorrow on the mini Super Tuesday?
Well, everything has been thrown off center. By the way, the economic markets are being rattled as well. Just like in 2008, you remember that tipping point where literally all of a sudden, right before the election, everything comes unraveled. And everybody says, well, it was just a coincidence. I don't know. It sure gives some evidence or speculation to a lot of conspiratorial people, and including myself. I don't want to believe in conspiracies, but I think that they're right around the corner.
Okay, Professor, it's always a pleasure, sir. Do you think Bernie survives mini Super Tuesday with Michigan the big get tomorrow?
I think he may even carry Michigan, but that's a tough call. Michigan should be his, but it may not be. Just a minute ago, Cory Booker, former mayor of in New Jersey, came out in favor of Joe Biden. So they're all coming up. They're all lined up. And you want to think there was a conference phone call from somebody in the Democratic National Party. It could have been President Obama.
Alan, always a pleasure. Stay safe, my friend.
Well, I'm hunkered under the table right now with my mask on.
That's Professor Alan Sachs, University of Texas at Arlington, ESPN 93.5. It's 7:14.
What a game from our Illini.
It was
78-76 winners over Iowa.
Electric. It was exciting. It was difficult. Down 10, then up 15, then up 2.
Tied at the half.
What a game. What about this rivalry? What about the Iowa-Illinois thing, Io DeSumo?
I mean, it's just we don't like each other. Simple as that. We don't like each other. We just don't. I mean, we don't like each other. They want to kill us. We want to kill them. So ain't no sweetie, nothing. As simple as that. Like they want to take us out. We want to take them out. I mean, we had a respect factor where both teams know that you got to come out and play. Like you can't just come out and things go be sweet. But besides that, when you get on the court, like you just no love, man, on the court.
Brett Io said we just don't like each other. These two teams. This seems like it's a budding rivalry. Is that a good thing from your perspective, or why do you think this is kind of the rivalry that's?
I don't know. That's I think more players probably than anything. I mean, they compete. They all know each other. It got a little chippy. We don't condone that.
There was a point there where 2 double technicals, 5 fouls handed out in a 3-second period.
Hey.
I mean, it was chippy, and it was Iowa, and they ran all the way back and darn near took it from us. But
I know it. Kofi blocked that shot,
Yep,
though.
Kofi blocks the shot. We'll hear from him coming up as well.
Sounds good. Well, and it's a double bye into Friday. And it could be Iowa.
It'll probably be Iowa. Yeah. Iowa plays Minnesota.
Right.
Winner gets Illinois. So here we go again.
We're thinking around 1:30 on Friday.
Is that what it is? Okay. 1:30
After
Friday.
the 11 o'clock game.
All
So
right.
they wait 25 minutes between. So that's what we've got. That's
Oh,
what
boy.
we're looking at. Number 9, Maryland over number 25, Michigan yesterday, 83-70. Number 16, Michigan State over number 19, Ohio State, 80-69. So that Big Ten regular season is a wrap. Let's get ready for the tournament on Wednesday. Of course, for us on Friday, though.
Yep.
St. Louis Cardinals beat the Marlins, and we've got your Redbird recap.
No, not this time.
At 7:45
That's
here
right.
on ESPN 93.5.
I forgot about it. I was so in the Illini and
Okay,
getting
that's okay.
Brad, and I got Andres coming. I got Kofi. I got some Kipper. So a whole bunch of sound coming up in just a few.
And the seniors honored yesterday.
Yeah.
And we had a text in to 359-2255 saying we should change the cheer yesterday. ILLAYO.
Yeah. I'm really going to miss him because he's most certainly going. But this guy has gotten so clutch. He made 2 more jump shots when we had to make them. And he made them both guarded quite well. And Io came through again. I missed some free throws, but boy, his clutch buckets at the end of the game again makes you think, had he not slipped on the floor against Michigan State, he probably would have won that game the way his record is down the stretch. Io DeSumo makes baskets.
That's right.
It is an amazing clutch thing that he has done all year. And every thought is that the man's going to go make some money playing basketball. We're going to miss Io DeSumo because it was kind of his night. And he went out with a bang, and he led our team to victory, and it was a good one. But his leadership and his command, when 11 has the ball, you feel it, and you think good things are going to happen.
That's right.
Pretty cool.
NBA action had Brooklyn over the Chicago Bulls 110-107. Pacers over Dallas 112-109. Onto the ice in the NHL where the Blues beat the Blackhawks 2-0. In golf, we had Arnold Palmer's Invitational with Tyrell Hatton.
Yeah, British guy.
Top.
Yeah, really a hard golf course with the conditions almost unplayable. It was an amazing hard weekend, but the guy held on. Okay, coming up, we will have a bracket challenge, the Pia's bracket challenge for $1,000. No purchase necessary. Well, there's a little asterisk here to all this. You're going to have one day from 7 a.m. Pia's will be open at 7 a.m. for the third shift.
Yep.
So that from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. right after the drive finishes its broadcast, that's your only window to enter this. You have to go to Pia's. They'll have paper copies. You can bring your own paper copy, but it has to be a paper copy. 1 entry per person. If you try and sneak 2 in there, you're disqualified. So there'll be a limited number of people. So you might have, 50 of these entered? I have no idea, but it's $1,000 for the best one.
Nice.
Why not? That's next Monday after Selection Sunday, this Sunday. Here you go, ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service.
Up to 56, down to 43. Rainy and windy. The wind advisory starts at 10 a.m., goes to 7 p.m. Morning clouds, afternoon sunshine tomorrow. High 48, low 38. And we've got morning clouds, afternoon sunshine, high near 60 on Wednesday and Thursday, partly cloudy and a high 50 on Friday. We're currently at 49 on ESPN 93.5.
Fox Business Minute brought to you by Starla Car, Provident Financial Group in Champaign, where partnerships are built on trust. Find Starla at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com. Well, because of a spat between Saudi Arabia and Russia, because of coronavirus, going to be a big sell-off again today on the markets. Oil is down 25%. It's a lot of stuff going on. More on the game last night with some sound for you to hear also coming up. It's 7:20.
I'm Deirdre Bolton, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stock futures on the S&P 500 were halted overnight when they declined 5%. The sell-off followed sharply lower crude oil prices after Saudi Arabia decided to launch a price war with Russia. The slump happens as global demand has been shrinking because of the coronavirus canceling travel and manufacturing. Bill Flynn of Price Futures Group says this will result in lower gas prices, but it'll take a toll on the energy industry.
This is like the worst-case scenario. You have demand falling off the roof. You have Saudi Arabia flooding the market with oil, basically driving prices down to the point of pain.
Starbucks is testing a new coffee cup today in New York, San Francisco, and Seattle. It's a paper cup with biodegradable lining instead of plastic. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Coselda, invested in you.
Tuesday. It's a Fox News Radio Democracy 2020 special, hosted by Fox News Radio's Jared Halpern, with key insight from Fox News Radio political analyst Josh Krausauer and correspondents around the country.
So get back up and take back this country.
From Idaho to Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, North Dakota, and Washington. All the latest info on all 6 primaries.
We are the campaign to defeat Donald Trump.
Coverage begins at 8 p.m. Eastern. Listen live on the Fox News app.
Heads up, listeners, we've got a new website. Introducing the all-new StevieJ.com, your one-stop shop for podcasts, advertising info, staff bios, Stever links, community calendars, and more. If you're a regular visitor to any of our station sites, be sure to visit the new StevieJay.com. Each station has their own tab, chock full of show information. So again, if you're looking for ESPN-CU, Q96, US 105.9, or Christian FM 95.3, you can now find them all under one roof at the new StevieJay.com.
When your car breaks down, you realize just how much you need it. And when it breaks down, Beaumont Alignment Plus steps up. For routine maintenance like brakes, oil changes, tune-ups, batteries, and tires, you can count on Beaumont Alignment Plus. Bigger issues including alignment, suspension work, starters, alternators, transmission requires specialists. So get to know Beaumont Alignment Plus for your vehicle repairs. With locations on Bloomington Road and Denison Drive in Champaign, you're never far from the help you need. It's good to know the quality service is still affordable at Beaumont Alignment Plus.
This is Eric Bolin with Provident Financial Group. Finding your way to retirement may feel a bit like working your way through a maze. Without a guide, it's hard to see if you're headed in the right direction. We can offer guidance along the way to help you see the bigger picture and make sound financial decisions. Contact us today at 3017 Village Office Place in Champaign. Or call 217-366-3456 or find us online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Hi, I'm Habib, inviting you to the Kindness Seminar. There's not enough kindness in the world, so we're hosting international author and expert Olivia McIver for an interactive 4-hour session that will give a greater understanding of how unkindness impacts our employees and customers, how your workplace can benefit from kindness strategies, and how to implement kindness in your workplace to increase profits. Tuesday, March 17th at the iHotel. For tickets and more information, go to HabibHabib.com.
All right, ESPN 93.5, 724. I would be very willing to talk to Julie Pride again today.
Okay, I can set that up.
CU Health, is it CU Public Health?
Yes.
Okay, Champaign-Urbana Public Health.
Yeah, people are concerned.
Well, we'll get into that here in just a few. Wanted to talk a little more Illinois basketball. We beat Iowa 78-76, but it was hairy.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa just came out of the gate and they were shooting 80%. They were making all their shots, which makes your defense looks bad, but they in reality just made all their baskets. It was 29-19 Iowa. They're up, 10 points.
Man, that Luka Garza, 28 points for Iowa.
Well, he
was the one that Kofi shut down.
I told Christian, I said, hey, look at that. I look at the board. It was 13 points with about 8 minutes to play, and he scored 15 more in 8 minutes. I mean, he went nuts at the end. Anyway, so Illinois holds on to win. We're up. We're down 29-19. Then it's 41-41 at half. Then we make a run. We're up 70-55. They outscore us 21-8 to finish, and we hold on 78-76. The end of the game, 1.6 left on the clock on a very close, and they looked at the monitor. Whose ball was it at the end? It went off Illinois is what they determined. Really hard to tell. So 1.6, timeout Illinois, no timeouts for either team. They throw it into Luka Garza, who's a junior, who most likely will be gone and go pro. And Kofi, the young freshman, blocked the shot.
Yeah, it has to be. That was a game-winning block. We was in a really tough spot. In that situation, they got the ball, and this to me, that block to win the game for my guys. It was the most important block of my career here, definitely.
Yeah, good job, young freshman and man-child Kofi Coburn. Kipper Nichols, who I would definitely have voice some things for us. Love Kipper's sound. The senior had his best game of the year.
Man, just to feel that energy was great, man. People show a lot of love, man, and man, it's nothing like playing in this building, night in and night out, with the support of these great fans, the great community, and yeah, man, it's like I said, it's nothing like it, man.
Man, Kipper, you hung in there, man. You took some words from your coach. What Kipper got yelled at a lot, particularly early. And he hung in there, and he played his best game, and now he's on an NCAA tournament team and a 4 seed in the Big Ten. What about you, Andres Feliz? I'm going to miss you, dude. Rough game last night, man.
Man, it's a Big Ten. Every game in the Big Ten, it's going to be a competition every night. So we're just trying to make everything tough. Trying to be the toughest team on the floor, and we went out there and trying to get, this win because it was very important for us, us as a senior, the rest of the team. So I think for us to finish the regular season the right way was big for us.
You'll miss Andre Feliz. I mean, I think he has been fantastic.
14 points last night.
0 at half. He got 2 fouls, and he just stepped up and carried us with, of course, Ayo DeSumo might have been the last we see him in Champaign. Yeah. Brad Underwood after the game.
I appreciate everybody's tolerating that. I thought it was only appropriate that at this point of...
You're talking about everybody getting a chance to talk, all the seniors, and it just took a while to get to Brad.
Of where our program is and the grind of a 20-game season that... Everybody. This is a team. This is a family. That everybody makes sure that they're on this podium, and we've we've come a long way in terms of the growth of this program, and I'm proud of us. We had as tough a schedule throughout the conference play as anybody could possibly have. We withstood some ups and downs, and today was very typical of just about every game in this league every night. And I'm really proud of this group. I'm proud of the seniors. Tyler was huge, getting us off to a great start with some passes to get Kofi going. And then, Kipper on his senior night played his best game of the year.
Yeah, he really did. He said, obviously, Andres Feliz, a little bad luck in the first half, getting that second foul, so he didn't play a lot. But the Fighting Illini hold on and beat Iowa in a pretty big game. It allows us the 2-day bye, and we'll probably get Iowa on Friday anyway. So we play Iowa again. Iowa's the 5. It would have been exactly reversed. We'd have been the 5. They'd have been the 4. We'd have had to play Minnesota Thursday.
Right.
So we just switched places with them and avoid an extra game, meaning we might be a tad fresher. But, I think it gets difficult in day 3 and 4 more than anything. I think day 4 particularly. You can win a Big Ten tournament playing 3 games. I think it's really hard after that. So theoretically, the teams with the 2-day byes are the best teams and the freshest team.
Yeah.
And you've earned that.
Yeah.
359-2255. You want to chime in? Anytime this morning, you are welcome.
And Julie has just said 7:35. She can come on and clarify stuff about the coronavirus.
Well, I've got my position, Julie.
Okay.
And again, this is based on everything that I've assembled with facts of different experts and trying to learn as much as I can about it. And again, I think the underlying problem with this coronavirus is we just don't have all the answers, which means we don't know. And if you don't know, you panic a little bit. But this, I think, if we ever get through it, it'll go down as a bad strain that has killed people, but nothing as bad as the flu, at least to this point.
Right.
So and the flu's awful. The flu knocks you down for a week, and you feel weak for another week.
That's right.
Flu's awful.
Greg had just texted into 359-2255. A shout out to Bismarck, Henning, Rossville, Alvin, sectional champions at 34-0.
Whoa.
And another text in about we'll have to check that Biden video. Some are saying it's fake news.
Oh, it's a tweet. I don't know. All right, let me look into that.
Okay.
But I don't think so.
Appreciate your insight.
7:30 in Champaign-Urbana.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. In the race for the White House, a high-profile endorsement ahead of major contest tomorrow.
Senator and former presidential candidate Cory Booker is supporting Joe Biden for president, saying he's building the kind of campaign Democrats need to win. The endorsement comes a day before primaries in 6 states, including delegate-rich Michigan.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland, a cruise ship carrying more than 20 infected coronavirus patients, slated to dock in Oakland, California today. Dr. Anthony Fauci with the National Institute of Health telling Fox News.
I think the important thing is to get the people who are on the boat properly taken care of, get off in an orderly fashion, get those who are infected to be taken care of, get the others to a holding facility.
Americans on board will be taken to military posts for testing and quarantined for 14 days. America is listening to Fox News.
Good morning. I'm Peter Killeen with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. Public health districts in the area are getting reports of possible cases of coronavirus. Those are being sent to state labs to be tested. So far, no confirmed cases reported in central Illinois, but tests are still being done. Number of cases, less than a dozen reported in Champaign County. All of those have come back negative so far. A lawsuit's being filed by an Urbana man acquitted of a July 2018 murder. He's suing the city. It's being leveled at the police department. Corey Jackson had been accused of handing a gun to Keith Campbell, the alleged shooter of Martez Taylor, on July 21st, 2018. A court date is awaiting a high school student in Urbana who made a threat on social media to shoot up her school. The 17-year-old was arrested late last week and spent a night in the juvenile detention center. She is charged with disorderly conduct, a felony, and will be back in court on March 27th. You're up to date. I'm Peter Killeen.
PDR Automotive in Urbana encourages all of their customers to be aware of their vehicle's regular service needs. Performing maintenance repairs at scheduled intervals can extend the life of your car or truck. Let the terrific technicians at PDR examine your vehicle at least twice a year. PDR will design a preventative maintenance plan specific to you and your vehicle needs. Go see John Marshall. Go to PDRauto.com or call 367-9481 for more details. All right, we got a Stever offer. Stand by. That'll be in the next few moments. CMI knows that safety is a big concern all year round. Customers, vendors, and coworkers can easily slip on wet floors, especially from a rainy spring or after mopping. Make sure you warn others that the floor is wet with CMI's latest product called Banana Cone. Go local. CMI Chemical Maintenance Incorporated. Visit them on Bloomington Road in Champaign. You can check them out online at cmiclean.com. cmiclean.com. Fighting Illini again beat Iowa 78-76, and we play Friday in the Big Ten Tournament. Selection Sunday. We'll find out where we're going in the NCAA. We have a bracket challenge with Pia's. You have to go to Pia's on Monday only. That's the only day this will be available and open. $1,000 for the best bracket. Second place is a Yeti cooler. Third place is a Coors cooler. So some nice prizes. No purchase necessary. One entry per person. That's what we got coming up with our Pia's Bracket Challenge this coming Monday. Here you go with your weather.
Rainy and windy today, Stevie. The wind advisory starts at 10 a.m., so a little calmer this morning, but winds out of the south 25 to 30 miles per hour. We've got a high 56 expected, 43 our low tonight. Morning clouds, afternoon sunshine for tomorrow, high 48, low 38, up towards 60 Wednesday and Thursday with partly cloudy conditions and just a slight chance of some rain. Right now the temperature's at 49 on ESPN 93.5.
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World celebrating 25 years in Champaign-Urbana, offering incredible savings throughout the store in this month of March. Family owned, been in business since 77, so over 40 years of appliance experience. All they do is appliances. They do it better than anybody else. You can even shop online at appliance-world.com. But they've got all the big brands, the Maytag, Electrolux, Bosch, Frigidaire, GE, Whirlpool, and more. Not only low prices, but the best selection of appliances in all of Central Illinois, specializing in appliance service, including delivery, installation, and repair. And, of course, you cannot beat their 10-year protection plan.
Wow!
That's free, too. Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, a place you want to visit. If you're remodeling, you just need new appliances, it's time to go take a peek at the side-by-side little ice maker action. Check out their Champaign location just south of I-74, on Neal Street, or online at appliance-world.com. Might be showing my age, but the senior night last night, I just didn't think they were dressed properly. They had their Rocky undershirts on. I just thought they should have had their game jersey on, I just thought they looked better for the pictures if they... But yeah, they left kind of their warm-up. It was the Rocky undershirt, how yo, Adrian, why don't you stay? I'll call your brother. Hey, yo, Paulie, your sister's with me. That undershirt thing. I don't know how do you... Not sure what you call that undershirt, but it's that... Anyway, small thing. I just said, if I'm doing pictures for the next 60 years for my grandkids to see, I'd like to be in my game jersey. That's what you think of when you get older. Anyway, great night. Really nice salute to our seniors. Really, really, really good basketball game. It'd have been awful had we lost, but it was great because we win. And I don't know how you simulate Luka Garza in practice. Is Myers Leonard available to come back and practice with our guys this week? I know he's with the Miami Heat. I guess not. But that we need something like that because Luka Garza, I don't think he left the game. I think he played every minute of the basketball game. It was ridiculous. So doesn't the guy need a rest? Get out of the game, man. Get out the game. And then, of course, Iowa after the game, hey, the guy was candid about Illinois, Iowa.
It's just we don't like each other. Simple as that. we don't like each other. Why? We just don't. We don't like each other. They want to kill us. We want to kill them. So ain't no sweetie, nothing. Simple as that. They want to take us out. We want to take them out. We had a respect factor where both teams know that you got to come out and play. You can't just come out and things go be sweet. But besides that, when you on the court, you just no love on the court.
Man, there is no love between Illinois and Iowa, and it goes back a long, long way, but particularly back for those old enough to the Bruce Pearl days. Taping Deion Thomas and getting him to pseudo-acknowledge the offers, all of that. Dr. Tom Davis, the late 80s, early 90s, it was Iowa. And there were some games in the Assembly Hall. The game, the best one ever, in my opinion, was the game where Iowa was at center court, hugging, jumping, piling up because they just beat Illinois. Oh, but wait, there's time left on the shot. I believe the last second shot, by the way, to give them that lead was off of Deion Thomas's shoulder. And it bounced in. It was just a melee under the basket. Anyway, they took the lead. They're jumping in the game over. We win. Oh, wait a minute. There's 1.5 seconds left. And then Andy Kaufman makes the shot. Heard around the world with a 3 at the buzzer to win, I think, 79-78, I think. Anyway, Illinois-Iowa goes way back. And those folks old enough to remember the Bruce Pearl and all those days, yeah. And now we get the dunk in my face when you're up 10 at Iowa City, and the team remembered that, and I thought we were going to blow them out last night. I wanted that. I'm just glad we won the basketball game. Okay, we have an offer. Julie Pride, maybe later.
Yeah.
Because coronavirus, here's my take. This is something you don't want. This is something that's very bad for older people and people with deficient immune systems. But so's the flu.
Yeah.
So what you have to do is you have to be careful. Are we eliminating the handshake? I think for now we are. If you fist bump, you get 1/10 of the germs. Probably ready to fist bump for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But what the problem is we're collectively freaking out, and I think it's an overreaction. I think you have to be careful. But the numbers from the World Health Organization, deaths reported worldwide, coronavirus, 3,639. Swine flu, somewhere between 150 and 575,000. We have no idea.
Wow.
MERS, 858. SARS, 774. Seasonal flu, 61,000.
Wow.
61,000 are dying from the flu. I'd be afraid more of the flu. But guess what? The flu gets those older and susceptible.
Right.
Same for this. It's a strain we don't understand completely. That's the problem. Quarantine! We ought to quarantine for flu, too. If you have the flu, you ought to be out of my face for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Let's just all stay home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's too much. We just got to be careful. Common sense. If you're next to somebody, keep arms distance. Maybe you don't hug and do the French kiss on each cheek. Don't do any of that right now.
Okay.
It is just, I just think we're getting too much. And I think there's some political things in there as well. We don't have enough testing kits. It's all Donald Trump's fault. He's not ready for, all of that plays in. The bottom line is the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Be careful, be cautious, but I think you treat it just like the flu, because that apparently is kind of what it is. It's another strain that's bad, particularly for older and folks that are already high blood pressure, heart conditions. That's bad. And you don't want to catch the flu then either.
Right.
Same kind of thing.
Well, and on these sporting events, there was an incident where Chicago State didn't want to go to Seattle or something like that. But we've got all these big basketball games coming up.
Well, every seat was full last night at the State Farm Center because people were going, I ain't kissing anybody.
Right.
I'm going to the game.
Exactly.
Come on, man. Let's just be careful, be smart, be common sense. Let's not panic in closed world markets. Have empty stadiums for games. LeBron James said, by the way, he ain't playing if we're doing that. Talking about the NBA maybe doing that. Hey, we honor law enforcement here. We're going to meet Sergeant Seth Herrig coming up after 8 this morning. Police officer for Champaign. That'll be coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a program called Stever. Is where Stevie J gives you stuff. You keep it. Only requirement is you use what I give you within 7 days. And keep the stuff. You have to do a feedback as to your experience with said business. Ladies and gentlemen, our offer today is Honda BMW. I think Honda BMW is one heck of a dealer. Why? Well, you go in, you got really good people. There's no pressure. They are helpful, but they don't pressure you. They simply say, sure, let me help you. What are you thinking? How can I help you? If you don't want to buy a car, you don't have to buy a car. No high pressure, thorough in every facet. They're an international award-winning dealer. They won a huge Honda President's Award a year or two ago, and it's very difficult to win. All over the world, Honda awards these, and Honda BMW right here off Neal at Burwash in Savoy won. So Ben Quattrone and his team have this deal for you, and I am creating this deal for you, where that if you are looking for a car, truck, van, pre-owned, whatever, a vehicle, and you're a qualified driver, what that means is you have insurance in your own name. You'll have to answer a few questions just to make sure you can actually buy a car. I'll give $200 for qualified test drives. Catherine went in last weekend and bought a car.
Nice.
So Stevie J's selling cars, and with Lance, where we're selling furnaces, I'm kind of itching for a commission here.
There you go.
I'm happy to meet people because everybody that goes in don't buy cars. The reviews are coming in. They love how friendly they are, how knowledgeable, no pressure, all of those good things. Attention that you want, but not too much.
Right.
So Honda BMW off Neal at Burwash in Savoy. If you want to do a qualified test drive, I'll pay you $200. 2 Benjamin Franklins, if you didn't know. 4 Ulysses S. Grants. Those are 50s. If you don't see their face very often. All you have to do is text in Honda to 359-2255. We'll reach out later and see if, in fact, you want to do this. $200 for a qualified test drive. You don't have to buy the car. I just think they're that good, so I'm gonna put it down. And then if you're truly in the market, you have. I think there's a very high likelihood you're going to buy from them, because you can go all over, do your due diligence, and see how they are versus the other places. I went into a dealer not that long ago. I couldn't jump up and down and get attention. All right, 359-2255, Stevie offer, Honda, BMW, test drive, qualified people. 359-2255, 359-2255, Honda, BMW, drivechampaign.com. You want to do a $200 qualified test drive. I pay you $200. Go to GoStevie.com for all your details and all the great things coming online in the month of March. Details at GoStevie.com. But for Honda, text Honda to 359-2255. Good luck to you. I hope you get a test drive.
Yeah.
Okay. Julie Pride, CU Public Health. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little tired. How are you?
Well, I appreciate all your good work.
Yeah.
This is my summation of everything from Franklin Delano Roosevelt, 1933.
That the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
This is my take. Be careful out there. Don't sneeze on people. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. It's flu stuff, Julie. I think we're overreacting worldwide.
Well, we're not overreacting worldwide, and the reason being is that flu has a vaccine, and we still have a ton of people with flu because they don't get the vaccine. Flu also has a treatment. So right now we're in a place where we have a new virus that's never been in the population, and it is moving quickly. You can watch, China's a little hard to watch because, their numbers could be a little iffy, but some of the other countries, if you watch what's happening in Italy, if you watch what's getting ready to happen in the UK, how exponential cases of a disease show up, or how it works is, 2 people infect 2 more people, infect 4 people. It just keeps doubling every so many days once it gets loose in the population. So the reason why we're not seeing very many cases in the United States is for one reason, and that is because we're not testing. We're not testing nearly enough people.
But aren't the people dying kind of the people that are dying from flu, as far as we know at this point?
Well, they are, and that's, a good thing for everybody who's not in that category, but that's certainly not a good thing for everyone who is in that category, or the people who love them, or, the facilities that work with them. So, yeah, I mean, right now it's showing that it's not having much effect on kids, which is always a good thing because kids are super spreaders, but they can still get it, but it doesn't seem to be affecting them as much. And it is really hard on seniors. In fact, the CDC this weekend just said if you're a senior, you need to definitely not get on a cruise ship, but you need to really assess whether you need to be going on any travel and stay out of mass gatherings. So, we right now in our community, we have no known cases, but we'll be making recommendations for seniors to really assess what they need to do during this, because people don't understand that pandemics aren't going to last, a couple of months. It's going to be a year or 2 for this to end.
Again,
and that's a long time.
You obviously know 1,000 million times more than me, but overall, I don't think we can shut down the world. That's what I'm saying. I don't think quarantine 1 million people is practical, and I don't think it's going to stop it anyway. I think it's inevitable. America's going to get a bunch of this. I just don't know if, at the end of the day, we have any clue it's going to kill more than it's killing the flu. The flu's killing a lot of people.
Yeah, flu is definitely a serious situation, and the good thing about it is that people are washing their hands and staying home when they're sick to prevent COVID. They're also going to be preventing flu and the bad colds that are going around and any other respiratory illness. And so, it's the same thing we harp on in public health all the time because it works. This type of thing works. And we can, in our community, we can do a lot of things to break the transmission. But you're 100% right. There is no way to shut down everything. I think China did probably the most draconian type of measures most they've ever been done in the world that I know of, and in history even, and it's still spreading because it goes from person to person. And you can't keep people locked up forever, which is what I think China thought they could do it for maybe a month or so.
Right.
But once they're released, it's still going to be spreading because there's asymptomatic transmission and you can't do anything about it. And people who can spread it when they're not sick, that's concerning because we tell people all the time to stay home when you're sick. Well,
you don't
if
know.
This actually spreads even a little bit before people are showing symptoms, then that makes it that much more difficult.
Well, that's why it's impossible. There's no way to stop it. We're gonna have it in Champaign-Urbana. It's inevitable. It's 100%. 100%.
Absolutely. We
So,
probably have it now.
Yep.
We can't see it because we're not allowed to do enough testing. And even with the ramped up testing that we're able to do, meaning that more people can go in there without a travel link, based on a clinician's judgment, that we're still not getting that many tests done. It's just, it's just limited, and it's exactly the opposite of how a pandemic should happen. An outbreak. Because what we do in public health is we cast a wide net, we test everyone related to it that we can possibly figure out, and then we do our containment measures of isolation and quarantine based on that, and contact tracing. And if we don't have a case, we can't do all of that, and therefore, the cases are here probably, they're just invisible to us.
Well, keep your hands away from your face. Wash your hands.
Absolutely.
Stay home if you're sick. Even if you have a fever, you don't go out. I mean, I just think that it's one of those things where hopefully, and maybe I'm being too optimistic, I think history will show this was bad, but the flu is really bad too, and it spreads kind of the same way based on what I understand from coronavirus. It's another strain. We don't know a lot about it. That's the problem.
Yeah, we don't, and we're learning stuff every day. The virus has only been in the human population for 3 months, so the fact that there is even a test is a good thing. Yeah. Although it would be great if it was a lot more.
Yep. And I think too that people talking about we got this. Vaccines a year away, best, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Because even if somebody comes up with one, it still has to be tested, and even in the most expedited way to test it, then production has to be ramped up and a way to make it meaningful to get it out to enough people.
I would just, and I know you urge calm too, be precautious, but don't go nuts either. We don't want people going panicky on me in the streets here. I just want
we don't.
Common sense.
What we have time to do here in our community is to really plan. I mean, we've been telling people for a long time, get some stuff stocked up in your house. Try to get some extra medicine in there. Plan on staying in. And what older people have to do, or people with serious pre-existing conditions, is they really need to assess what they're going to do for at least the next year.
Well,
like if they live alone, do they want to live with somebody during that time if they can? Do they want to avoid, what are they going to avoid? It's really up to individuals on what risks they're willing to take, because we can make recommendations, but we have too many people to be monitoring every one of them, obviously. So we'll make recommendations. Seniors and people with pre-existing health conditions really need to start talking to their families and assessing what they're going to do based on travel, mass gatherings. And mass gathering can even be going to church if you're in there with church or religious organization. I mean, we're not talking huge things, but that's where they're going to be exposed to a lot more people.
Are you an advocate of fist bumping versus handshake now?
I absolutely am. In fact, we're going to be rolling out Break the Shake. We don't want people in Champaign County to be shaking hands anymore, because that's a super easy way to transmit viruses back and forth, and then touch your face. And if I could put everybody in one of those dog cones, including myself, then we wouldn't have to worry so much about that, because we wouldn't touch our own faces. Right. And we wouldn't have to worry about,
If I don't touch my face, I mean, let's just, if I don't, and I know how hard that is, if I don't touch my face, I got a much, much, much higher likelihood of staying healthy, right?
Absolutely. If you can stay away from people where there's coughing and sneezing going on,
right,
and where somebody infects you that you don't know, because you don't know that they're ill.
Yep. Julie Pride, again, brace, because it's coming. There's no doubt, but we'll be all right. We'll be all right.
Our community will pull together. We will leave no one behind. So
thank you. Keep up your fine work.
Thank you.
CUPHD.com, Julie Pride. It's happening. It's coming to Champaign-Urbana. It's 100%. It's a strain that is unavoidable. You can't stop that from spreading in a global world. It's just going to happen, and we shouldn't freak out. The poor person going to be a mini celebrity for a bit. And then there'll be more cases, and then more cases, and quarantines, and all these other things. And I don't think it helps us to panic about something so inevitable of spreading something like this. It's too easy to spread. You can't stop it. It's impossible. So just know what's coming. Don't be shocked, and don't panic.
And if you don't feel good, stay home.
That would help. But certainly, fist bump is the new handshake. So all those years I spent teaching the kids how to look them in the eye and shake hands, it's like that's out the door right now.
That's right.
Bummer.
After the sign of peace at church, 6 people got hand sanitizer out of their purse.
I think you just go and fist pump. No offense to people. You get 1/10 of the germs fist pumping, then you just wash your knuckles.
Okay.
Just wash your knuckles.
You know, the sign of peace that Spock used to use with the 4 fingers making 2 fingers.
There you go.
Maybe that should be our new universal
New thing.
hello.
Or the force be with you or something.
Exactly.
Anyway, you can text us, 359-2255. I think we're all overreacting. Am I right or wrong? Or am I not taking this seriously? I'm taking it seriously. I just don't think it helps to scream and run down the street and dive in a hole. I'm not into that. I'm not going to basketball games. I'm not going to group things. I might fist bump, and I certainly don't want to be around you if you're sick. I don't want this. I just don't think it helps us to hole up and shut down the world. That's the other end of it. Can you imagine quarantining 1 million people in northern Italy? Wow. People started heading south as soon as they heard the news, and what if they were sick?
Right.
There goes the quarantine.
I know.
7:56. We're going to break for the news.
And I saw some footage from China, like hauling people, pulling their leg and dragging them
Listen,
on the floor.
You don't want to be in China. Not right now. Because they don't particularly talk about human rights a lot there. If you disagree, sorry for you.
Yeah.
359-2255. Our Stever offer is to go to Honda BMW and do a test drive. Just text in Honda if you're a qualified test driver, insurance in your own name, wherewithal to buy a vehicle, and you're truly looking. I'll give you $200. Mm-hmm. 2 Ben Franklins, 4 Ulysses S. Grants. I don't know, 10 Andrew Jacksons. It's $200. 359-2255. Text Honda for that. We'll be back. News coming up next, 7:57 on Monday, ESPN 93.5.
We're talking with Kevin Buskirk from Country Squire Cleaners.
We've been here since 67, and I've been here since 75. We have a new computer system now, and we can text you when your order's ready, and we're doing in-house promotion. All you have to do is come in and sign up. We offer free pickup and delivery service here in Champaign, Urbana, and Mahomet area. Costs no extra whether we come and get it or if you bring it in. It's the same cost.
Give Country Squire Cleaners in Champaign a try. 217-356-9422. Or stop by at 1805 West Springfield Avenue.
Illini fans, we know great things only come from hard work and passion. Like Jets, Detroit-style pizza. Made in deep steel pans for the thickest, crispiest, cheesiest to the edge crust. It's pizza perfection. And it's back for a limited time. Get a large Mediterranean pizza with premium mozzarella, feta, fresh spinach, and tomato, all for just $13.99. Promo code FETA. Jets. Better because it has to be.
You've worked hard to realize your dream of opening a business. Day-to-day operations can be hectic. Sometimes there isn't time to tackle long-term financial needs. Busey promises to partner with you as you navigate critical financial decisions, from lending strategies to retirement plans for your employees. Visit Busey.com or stop by one of our many convenient locations for solutions to your banking and wealth management needs. Busey, your dream, our promise. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Illini Nation, your Illini men's basketball team is marching to the postseason and are looking to finish the season strong. So get geared up to cheer them on at the official fan store of the Fighting Illini, Game Day Spirit. From their famous House of Pain design to basketball jerseys and everything in between, Game Day Spirit has something for every Illini fan this basketball season. Find them in Campus Town at the corner of 6th and Green or in Champaign off Neal and Kirby, and online 24/7 at GameDaySpirit.com.
The Champaign County Forest Preserve District offers lots of great winter fun. Their educational programs will teach you about owls, how to make maple syrup, woodcocks, and more. Outside offers sledding at Homer Lake, cross-country skiing, trail hikes, and ice fishing. On clear nights, head to Middle Fork River Forest Preserve in Penfield to check out the stars. You'll be amazed with views at Illinois' first international dark sky park. Go to ccfp.org. NYPD.org to see all they have to offer for you to get closer to nature this winter.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Looking like another rough day on Wall Street. I'm Chris Foster. Fox News Dow futures down 1,255 points ahead of the opening bell. There are concerns about the economy due to crashed oil prices and the coronavirus outbreak. Here's Fox's Evan Brown with the latest on that going on in this country.
Chris, numbers of potential and actual cases continue to creep up around the nation, which is furthering the call for those who could be at higher risk for illness to stay home and avoid exposure. Dr. Anthony Fauci heads up the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease.
The people with the underlying conditions need to distance themselves from crowds, not travel, not get on long air flights, and certainly not getting on a cruise ship.
Cruise ships like the Grand Princess, which will dock in Oakland, California today, with passengers and crew being shuttled directly to quarantine. Chris?
Evan Brown in Miami, thanks. New Jersey Senator Cory Booker is the latest former presidential candidate now endorsing Joe Biden for president. Democrats hold primary contests in 6 states tomorrow.
Washington votes, a state with 89 delegates. Missouri has a contest. They have 68 delegates. The big prize tomorrow, though, is Michigan with 125 delegates. North Dakota, Mississippi, and Idaho all hold elections as well. In Michigan, a poll done in mid-February had Bernie Sanders ahead, but then another poll just before Super Tuesday put Joe Biden in the lead. Polling out of Washington state's been limited, but at last check in mid-February, Sanders was ahead, and in Missouri, a single poll done after Super Tuesday put Biden in the lead. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
The actor Max von Sydow died, 90 years old. He played the priest in The Exorcist.
It's the power of Christ that compels you. The power of Christ!
He was from Sweden. His first movie made there in 1949. He was in around 200 movies and TV shows. America's listening to Fox News.
Do business more powerfully during Dell's semi-annual sale. Save up to 45% on Dell computers and servers with Intel Core processors. It's time for you to upgrade to new modern devices with Windows 10. Also, save on electronics and accessories plus free shipping on everything and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call 877-BUY-DELL to talk to a Dell Technologies advisor who can help you find just the right tech. That's 877-BUY-DELL or visit Dell.com/business deals.
How can a fully stocked restroom improve your image? How can serviced fire extinguishers or a first aid cabinet make your employees more prepared? How can comfortable work apparel make your business more productive? For over 1 million customers, the answer is simple. Cintas. Cintas delivers everything you need to open your doors with confidence. Because helping keep businesses well-equipped, clean, and looking their best, that's our business.
Oh, I'm ready!
Get Cintas and get ready for the workday.
Themselves under quarantine, Texas Senator Ted Cruz and Arizona Congressman Paul Gosar. They say they don't have any coronavirus symptoms, but they were in contact with a man who's now tested positive at the Conservative Political Action Conference 11 days ago. A 13-year-old boy is dead. 4 other children and a 19-year-old man are hurt in a shooting at a shopping center in Maryland involving several suspects who are still on the loose. An argument over a parking spot leads to a man being shot and killed outside a mall in Atlanta.
At some point in time, these groups went into the mall and then reconvened later in the parking lot where the confrontation escalated.
Atlanta Police Major Andrew Senzer. 4 suspects ended up in a crash trying to get away. An officer caught 1. The rest got away. After spending the weekend at his Mar-a-Lago resort, President Trump has events with supporters, then a fundraising committee in Longwood, Florida today before heading back to the White House. He heads to Las Vegas at the end of the week to speak to more supporters.
For the 3rd consecutive year, President Trump will speak at the Republican Jewish Coalition's annual conference. The venue for this Saturday's appearance, the Venetian Hotel in Las Vegas, is owned by Sheldon Adelson, a major benefactor of the RJC and an ally of the president's. The RJC frequently hails President Trump as the most pro-Israel president ever. The president received 24% of the Jewish vote in 2016, according to exit polling, and is hoping to increase that number in November. At the White House, John Decker, Fox News.
Trial starts today in the Netherlands for 3 Russians and a Ukrainian accused of involvement in the shooting down of Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 over Ukraine 6 years ago. 298 people died. None of the accused are actually attending the trial. They were named last year as suspects by an international team of investigators and prosecutors. 3 judges are hearing the case. Again, our top story, Dow futures down 1,255 points, just ahead of the opening bell on Wall Street. I'm Chris Foster. This is Fox News.
Good morning. I'm Peter Colleen with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. The Railside Golf Club is closing again. The course shut down in 2016 and was revived as a 12-hole course by an investment group. The goal this year was to attract 200 course memberships to keep the doors open, but that may have fallen short, and the corporation that owns it has been unable to find someone to manage the course. It's also closing the restaurant at the end of this month. They get down to business today trying to find a new superintendent for the Champaign School District. That person will replace Susan Zola. The goal is to have someone in place by January of next year so they can take over for Zola in July of 2021. Court date awaits a high school student in Urbana who made a threat on social media to shoot up her school. The 17-year-old arrested last week and spent a night in the juvenile detention center charged with disorderly conduct and will be back in court March 27th. You're up to date. I'm Peter Colleen.
Thank you, Peter. ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service.
Kind of cloudy as we have daylight savings time kicking in. I know for me, I was having trouble figuring out how to switch the clock in my vehicle.
Usually there's a menu.
Right.
And some of the new vehicles do it automatically now, which is helpful.
Yeah, that is. We've got rainy conditions later and a wind advisory from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. High 57, low 43. Up towards 50 tomorrow with the clouds and a 20% chance of rain. We've got a 20% chance of showers, but a high near 60 both Wednesday and Thursday. Right now, the temperature's at 49 on ESPN 93.5.
All right, good to have you listening here on this Monday morning. ESPN 93.5. Very happy and honored to welcome Sergeant Seth Herrig, Champaign County Sheriff's Department. Seth, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me today.
Congratulations. You are our honored person of the month of March.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And what does it mean to you? Better than any promotion at the Sheriff's Department, probably.
Yeah, it was kind of surprising for me to when I was notified of it, but I don't know. It's hard to say. You don't do this job for those kind of accolades, but
it's just a shout out to you guys because you're out there, man. You're risking your butt. It's hard. It's difficult. I'm against tinted windows so bad. I just hate those so much.
Yeah, those are
you
no
walk
fun
up,
for us.
You have no idea what you're getting.
Absolutely.
Why do we allow tinted windows?
I'm not sure why that is. It makes it tough for us when we're approaching vehicles because we don't know what's inside the vehicle, in the back seats or in the front seats. I mean, obviously before. It just you could have tint in the back windows, but you couldn't up in the driver's area as well as the front passenger seat area. But now that's all changed. So.
What do you want people to know about your work?
It's a rewarding job. The people in law enforcement enjoy helping others out. We're not in it for accolades. We're there to help everybody else out, and we want people to be aware that we're there to help, and I don't know. It's
everybody says kind of the same. I want to help.
Yeah,
I want to help people on not their best day.
Yeah, and it's not like you don't want to kind of give that generic answer, but I mean everybody that is working law enforcement has that desire to help everybody else out and, be there in that time of need, because usually the times that we're called out, it's not a good day for that individual, whether, it's a car crash or a domestic related situation, they don't see us on their best days. And it's hard to, interject yourself in that situation. Yeah. But then in the same sense, you have to come in there, get the respect at times, and then, you might not make the decision they're happy with at the end of the day.
Right.
Did you have that coming up, Seth, that you were helpful or you saw your parents, or describe your family life coming up?
Growing up, my dad was a mailman. My mom was a nurse.
Helping people.
Yeah.
Same theme.
So, we had a good family life, have an older sister, older brother. We all got along pretty good growing up. So,
but why do you want to wear a gun? I mean, the nurses, the stethoscope and a mailman's delivering all my important stuff. But you got into it where it's in these days pretty dangerous.
Yeah, no, I get that, and kind of going back to when I was around 18, 19 years old, I first got kind of intrigued in emergency services. Actually, I was living in Mahomet. I had heard that they had ambulance service based out of the Corn Belt Fire Department up there. So I was trying to figure out ways to get involved in EMS work at the time. So I actually went up there, knocked on the door. Shout out to my buddy Jimmy Zindars because he was a paramedic that was working that day. Got in a conversation with him. He says to me, "Hey, we're accepting volunteers here at the fire department." So I didn't really think about that at the time, but put my name in the hat, got put on the fire department there, did about 6 or 7 years there, worked for Aero Ambulance for about 3 years as well.
So you've been there in the first
so I started doing that pretty early on.
But how do you, some people, I don't think I'd be very good at that, and yet you were calm, able to dissect what's going on and make the calls immediately as to stat over here, 1 here, 2 here. How do you do that?
Yeah, it's, you can't let your emotions take control of the situation at that time. You're trained in what you should be doing, and you just kind of dive in head first, and you try to put the emotional side of it out of your mind and deal with that later on.
So what led you to the sheriff's department?
Just when I started working in the emergency services, I started getting more intrigued in the law enforcement aspect of it, just with the exposure with the working on the ambulance and working on the fire department. So I actually started going to school at Parkland College and got my associate's degree in law enforcement there at criminal justice.
Yeah, you're a good guy, we can tell. Wife and kids, how do they handle Dad's job?
Yeah, so I would say that my wife's a little bit of a saint. I'm saying that because she's probably listening to me right now. But
you mean it. I can see it in your eyes.
I do mean it because working in law enforcement, the hours you work they're hectic hours. Right now we work on patrol division. We work 12-hour shifts. So it's a 2-week rotation. Prior to working in patrol, I worked on the Street Crimes Task Force. So, the hours kind of fluctuated so much day in and day out. So she had to really weather the storm per se, because there was times where she would be like, "Hey, I'm making dinner. What time you gonna be home?" And I would give the answer of, "I don't know." So that's kind of a tough situation to handle for her. So
and your kids know what Dad does?
Yep. So my oldest is 5 years old. He loves the fact that I'm a police officer.
You're hitting the classroom, man.
What's that?
You're hitting the classroom.
Yeah.
Dad's coming to work.
Yeah, absolutely. So, so he's, the youngest, Madden, he's only 2, so, he's not quite aware of that yet, but the oldest, he's well aware of it, so he enjoys it. He's a big Illinois fan as well. So
great win last night.
Yeah, well, so I'm actually born and raised in Iowa, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you a Hawkeye fan, or you kind of transitioned?
I kind of transitioned a little bit. I still root for the Hawkeyes because, home state, I have to.
If I worked in Iowa City, I'd root for the Illini. So.
Yeah. So, I've lived down here since 99. So, I've always enjoyed the Illini, and I cheer for them when they're not playing Iowa. Last night was a
heck of a game.
Yeah, that was an awesome game.
I tell you, that Luka Garza, see ya, go pro, get out of here. He's something.
He's pretty
unstoppable. When you can shoot a 3 and go inside, he's huge. How do you play every minute?
Yeah.
Don't you need a break, kid? Get out of the game.
Yeah.
Take a blow.
Yeah,
I think he played all 40 minutes.
Yeah, I think so. He plays a lot. So
Seth, thank you for protecting. Thank you for serving.
Problem.
Thank you for what you do. It's a shout out because people need to know that you guys are human. You're family guys. You're good people. You're not out to get anybody. You're here to serve and protect. That's what you do.
Yeah, well, thank you. I really appreciate it.
We appreciate you.
All right.
Thank you. Sergeant Seth Herrig, Champaign County Sheriff's Department. Great to have him in. Seth Herrig, he's our featured law enforcement official of the month. 814 ESPN 93.5.
See the showroom top designer shop. Flooring Surface is your first stop.
This is your year for impeccable flooring style. Flooring Surfaces brings fresh looks from around the world to Central Illinois. And right now, we're offering deep discounts on all the floors you want. You'll save big on Italian porcelain tile, beautiful hardwood floors, waterproof vinyl, soft and durable carpets, and fantastic backsplash mosaics. If it's in stock, it's on sale now. And with over 1 million square feet of flooring in stock, you'll find the right look to fit your style and budget. Combine excellent selection with free design assistance, free estimates, professional installation service, and financing options. It's easy to see why Flooring Surfaces has your floor covered. See us today at 401 East Mercury Drive in Champaign.
See the showroom top designer shop. Flooring Surface is your first stop. Flooring Surface. Surfaces, your first stop.
Our kids are older. We still got a lot of driving that we're doing, supporting them in their various events. But our van had over 250,000 miles on it. It was time for an upgrade. When we were eating in the area of Savoy 16 theaters, we saw a couple of great options. When we called the dealership at Honda BMW to let them know we were coming over, we met Tommy West. Going through the financial screening only took about 20 minutes. We drove it around some of the rural roads we were familiar with and fell in love with our new pre-owned van. It fit right in our budget. Go see Tommy West and the crew at Honda BMW. Drive Champaign.com.
Illini fans, it's March, and it's time for brackets. Join Derek Piper, Trevor Valise, and myself at Pia's in Champaign to enter our bracket pool. Bring your hard copy bracket or pick one up at Pia's anytime from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Monday, March 16th, and enter for a chance to win a first place prize of $1,000, second place prize of a Yeti cooler, and third place a Coors cooler. Make plans to go to Pia's in Champaign on Monday, March 16th to enter our pool.
No purchase necessary. Paper brackets only. One entry per person.
Hey, Grandma, I haven't heard from you in forever. Why don't we message on the computer anymore?
I just don't trust the darn thing anymore. Viruses, people stealing my bank records. Why can't we just go back to the way it used to be? A handwritten note or a long Sunday evening phone call.
Grandma, you don't have to be scared of the internet anymore. Just contact Area Wide Technologies, 359-8041.
Thank you, Johnny. Now how about you message me that report card of yours?
Gotta go.
Gotta go! ESPN 93.5, 816. Some sound clips from after the game. Illinois wins.
Yes, number 23, the Illini beat number 18, Iowa. 78-76 was the final. We wrapped the regular season at 21-10. And in the Big Ten, 12-8. Good enough to have a double bye.
That's 13-7, please. We're 13-7, madam.
Thank you.
Iowa would be more your 12-8-ish. We're 13-7.
That's probably where I got it.
13-7, and there was a tri-champion in the Big Ten. Wisconsin is the 1 seed because they won all the tiebreakers, but it's Wisconsin, Michigan State, Maryland at 12-6. We could have been 12-6,
wow.
Lost at Ohio State, but we won, and we're double bye because we're 13-7 on the year. Heck of a year.
Mm-hmm. Michigan State over Ohio State yesterday. Maryland beat Michigan also. That double bye means Friday afternoon, probably around 1:30, and that could be Iowa. On to baseball. The Cardinals beat the Marlins 7-3. Let's get your Redbird recap.
Good morning, everyone. Well, another good day at the ballpark for the St. Louis Cardinals as they defeated the Miami Marlins by a score of 7-3. And Ricky Horton, another solid effort pitching-wise. The offense was timely today.
A good day yesterday and really a good week, Claibs. The Cardinals are 5-1-1 over the last week, and they're really doing a lot of things well. They're pitching well, they're defending well, and they're also hitting well. A lot of competition in the outfield, and we also had a good start from Dakota Hudson. He's been good. You can throw Carlos Martinez, several guys into that mix who are having very good spring trainings.
Bullpen was solid again today. Genesis Cabrera gave up the one home run, and after that he was lights out, followed by Junior Fernandez and everybody else.
I thought Cabrera was really good. He had to come out of his last appearance because of a broken nail, but he showed no signs of that yesterday. The curveball was sharp, and he's back in the mix.
Cardinals are on the road for a few days. They go over on the west side of the state. They'll take on the Minnesota Twins and the Boston Red Sox, and you can hear those games streaming-wise on the MLB app and certainly on the Cardinal app as well.
Cardinals single-game tickets for the upcoming season are on sale now, and they start at just $5. This year is filled with great matchups, including 2 Cubs weekends, a rare weekend series with the Yankees, interleague play against the Royals. The promotion schedule is packed with jerseys, bobbleheads, T-shirts, and a new purse. There's something for everyone in the 2020 season. Get your tickets now at Cardinals.com.
Hey,
St. Louis Cardinals, time to fly.
St. Louis Cardinals, National League Central Division champions.
You bet. As spring nears, the sunshine ushers in warmer temperatures. Refresh, renew, restore your home. Busey has all kinds of great tips to start focus on high-impact projects. It'll give you the most return. Take a trip from Mother Nature. Turn up the color. You may not be able to make the grass turn green, but you can certainly add color to decor. You only have one chance to make a great first impression. Freshen up the outdoor area. Let the sunshine in. Clean windows. That's a real good one. Yeah. People come and look at your house. You're trying to sell it. Yeah, that'll matter. And then cook up a serene space in your kitchen. Counters tend to collect clutter. Please clean those off if you're showing your home. Busey can help you with everything. Visit a Busey loan professional as one of their many convenient located branches all over the central Illinois area. and beyond now. Busey.com, they're an equal housing lender. They'll be happy to help you say, okay, how does this home equity loan work? If I have a home, how does the mortgage hold? Give me the process. How does it all start? Busey, your dream, our promise, equal housing lender.
Well, we've got high near 60 most of the week. Some rain and windy conditions today. Our current temperature at 50 on ESPN 93.5.
All right, back with some sound from the game. Stand by. That'll be next.
I'm Liz Klayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Global stock markets are selling off today. Crude oil prices saw the largest single-day loss in nearly 30 years. In addition to the impact of the coronavirus on manufacturing and cutting into sales of products and travel, it has also lowered demand for energy. At this point, there's a price war between Russia and Saudi Arabia. The Saudis have decided to lower prices and increase production. The decline in oil prices is expected to make gas prices more affordable, but could also lead to layoffs in the energy industry. The Federal Reserve already lowered interest rates by 0.5% last week. However, investors are expecting another interest rate cut. Lower interest rates make loans more affordable, but they also make loans less profitable for banks. Bank stocks are lower. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola. Invested in you.
Tuesday. It's a Fox News Radio Democracy 2020 special, hosted by Fox News Radio's Jared Halpern, with key insight from Fox News Radio political analyst Josh Krausauer and correspondents around the country.
So get back up and take back this country.
From Idaho to Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, North Dakota, and Washington. All the latest info on all 6 primaries.
We are the campaign to defeat Donald Trump.
Coverage begins at 8 p.m. Eastern. Listen live on the Fox News app.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. Finding your way to retirement may feel like working your way through a maze. Without a guide, it's hard to see if you're headed in the right direction. We can offer guidance along the way to help you see the bigger picture and make good financial decisions. Contact us today at 3017 Village Office Place, Champaign. Call 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
You have to be tough to be the world's #1 selling farm tractor. So Mahindra tractors have a heavy-duty steel frame, and you can get heavy-duty savings at our spring sales event. Save thousands on Mahindra, the official tractor of tough.
Come see us at Awesome Machine Sales and Rental in Savoy and Tuscola. 0% financing is available. Service parts in-house. And don't forget to like us on Facebook. Simply awesome.
2018 data, including all Mahindra Group brand sales.
8:22, Illinois beats Iowa. Sweet! Yeah. 78-76, but they ran back, man. We were up 75-50. I'm thinking, let's just blow them out of here. 30 points. And then no.
Then Luka Garza got sparked.
Well, he went nuts at the end. Survived Luka. And then after the game, Jeremy Warner from the Jeremy Warner program on ESPN 93.5 coming up at 9 this morning. Ask Io, what is it about Illinois, Iowa?
I mean, it's just we don't like each other. Simple as that. we don't like each other. Why? We just don't. I mean, we don't like each other. They wanna kill us. We want to kill them. So ain't no sweetie, nothing. As simple as that. Like we just, they want to take us out. We want to take them out. I mean, we had a respect factor where both teams know that you got to come out and play. Like you can't just come out and things go be sweet. But besides that, when you get on the court, like you just no love on the court.
Brett Io said we just don't like each other. These two teams. This seems like it's a budding rivalry. Is that a good thing from your perspective, or why do you think this is kind of the rivalry that's?
I don't know. I mean that's I think more players probably than anything. I mean, they compete. They all know each other. It got a little chippy. We don't condone that, but Franz is as good a ball coach as there is on the offensive end, and I mean the stuff that they do and so I think rivalries, if you want to call it that, are awesome. They are great for sports. They're great for college basketball. This league can have as You can have as many of them as you want. But, so, those games become fun. They become more important to the fans and the players. And, I love Fran's staff and they got great guys. So every time we play, we're going to compete.
That's so perfect. I mean, that is just, you take that to a class and you dissect that and you say, okay, this is how you do it. This is how you don't initiate or give them anything because you're going to play them again Friday. That was as well crafted from Brad Underwood. Hell, it's, Fran's amazing. I mean,
there you go.
Oh, man, that's mostly the players. I don't know because I'm not in the locker room, but I would bet a nice sum of money that the coaches are pretty into Iowa too. Let's just say if there was a Hawkeye pinata, Brad would rip off his blindfold and smack it.
Right.
All the candy'd come out. I think that the rivalry is deep, and I think that the coaches wanted that as bad as the players last night because they kind of twisted the knife on me up in Iowa City. Mm-hmm. So anyway, great victory. You get them again Friday. Really high likelihood. Minnesota has the capability because they're not bad, but they'll play Iowa on Thursday. But chances are pretty good that Iowa's going to win that one, and then we get them again. And if we do, we do. It's just, to me, to my eye, looks about 50-50 proposition there. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
And so are we. Mm-hmm. Just two good basketball teams. We were ranked, 23? They were ranked 18.
Yep.
Okay, Kofi Coburn into the game. 1.6 seconds left. Ball goes into Luka Garza, and Kofi blocks it.
Kofi, way in the back. You go against Garza all game. What's that like to go against him all game? And tell me about the inbounds play at the end of the game. You assume it's going to Garza. You get a block. Just describe that final play.
That's Garza, man. It's been a pleasure playing against him and just watching him and learning from him. He's an incredible player. He has my respect. It was just about just matching his energy tonight, making sure that he doesn't get the best of me. He did the last game on the offensive glass and just outworking me. So I made sure that I did it for my teammates. I told Kipper and them, the seniors, I had their back today. So just came out, match his energy. And that last play was just intuition. You know what's going to happen in that situation, and I just try to do my best to prevent it.
I think we should all just clap for Kofi Coburn. Not only his basketball, but that was another great answer. Kent Brown must be doing some coaching.
There you go.
It's been an honor to play against Luka Garza.
Yeah.
No smack.
I'm learning from him. I want to match his energy.
And I'm sure he's very sincere about that because Luka Garza is an NBA player. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a really good guy to practice against. And Kofi, I'm sure, got better. And Kipper Nichols, another senior. How about the crowd, Kip?
Man, just to feel that energy was great, man. These people show a lot of love, man, and man, it's nothing like playing in this building, night in and night out, with the support of these great fans, the great community, and yeah, man, it's like I said, it's nothing like it, man.
Yeah, Kipper, you did it, man. You hung in there. You went through the coaching change. You got yelled at a lot, and you hung in there. Good job. Best game of the night. According to Brad Underwood from Kipper. Best game of the season, rather.
He got 10 points.
Well, he got 2 offensive rebounds in a row. Mm-hmm. There was a possession where he grabbed 2 offensive rebounds in a row that were gigantic. When you make a play like that, it just kind of, when you get an offensive rebound, man, you got to scratch and fight, and he did that consecutive rebounds, and it just told everybody we're all in here.
That's right.
And what about all in? Andres Feliz, man. What a rough and tumble ball game.
I mean, it's a Big Ten. Every game in the Big Ten, it's going to be a competition every night. So we just trying to make everything tough. Trying to be the toughest team on the floor, and we went out there and trying to get this win because it was very important for us. Us as a senior, the rest of the team. So I think for us to finish the regular season the right way was like big for us.
Gonna miss him. I think he plays like you ought to live life. All in, all out, diving, rebounds. Andres Feliz is the second leading rebounder on the team at 6 feet 2 inches. Mm-hmm. That's tough. That's just tough. We're going to miss him a lot. And I don't think we're going to see Aldasuma in State Farm Center anymore. I believe he's going to leave. I'm guessing. Oh, if he came back, Mommy.
That would be awesome.
It would be a preseason top 10. Whoa, ticket sales would explode. But I think the young man is ready to go make some basketball money. And if he can make money, good for him. But the guy has turned into what we thought.
And he sure had great support all season from friends and family.
His whole posse. I mean, there's 20 or 30 show up every game for Iowa.
That's right.
That's awesome for him. He's a fantastic player, amazing clutch player, amazing season. With him, with the ball at the end of the game, you feel pretty good, as he's done it all year. 8:30, your news next, ESPN 93.5.
1 in 4 batteries in America needs changed. Is that yours? There's only one way to tell. Go to Interstate All Battery Center on Mattis, and they will get you tested, no appointment needed. If your battery is over 4 years old, you're in danger. Don't be left on the side of the road on your way to work or that special event. Interstate Battery is your protector from bad power. There are 3 ways to get in contact with them. Go to Interstate All Battery Center on Mattis, head to their website at interstatebatteries.com, or give them a call at 217-355-4855.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. On Wall Street, a sell-off at the open. The Dow down more than 1,700 points. Stocks under pressure from coronavirus fears and a fight over oil.
Saudi Arabia, Russia, and other oil-producing countries arguing over how much to cut production in order to prop up prices.
Fox's Sandra Smith. Meanwhile, the number of those infected are creeping up.
Dr. Anthony Fauci heads up the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease.
The people with the underlying conditions need to distance themselves from crowds, not travel, not get on long air flights, and certainly not getting on a cruise ship.
Cruise ships like the Grand Princess, which will dock in Oakland, California today, with passengers and crews being shuttled directly to quarantine.
Fox's Evan Brown and our military says 2 U.S. troops have been killed by enemy forces in Iraq Sunday. America's listening to Fox News.
Good morning. I'm Peter Killeen with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. Public health districts in the area are getting reports of possible cases of coronavirus. Those are being sent to state labs to be tested. So far, no confirmed cases reported in central Illinois, but tests are still being done. Number of cases, less than a dozen reported in Champaign County. All of those have come back negative so far. A lawsuit's being filed by an Urbana man acquitted of a July 2018 murder. He's suing the city. It's being leveled at the police department. Corey Jackson had been accused of handing a gun to Keith Campbell, the alleged shooter of Martez Taylor, on July 21st, 2018. A court date is awaiting a high school student in Urbana who made a threat on social media to shoot up her school. The 17-year-old was arrested late last week and spent a night in the juvenile detention center. She is charged with disorderly conduct, a felony, and will be back in court on March 27th. You're up to date. I'm Peter Killeen.
I mean, that's so when a 17-year-old says you're going to shoot up a school on social media, you're going, okay. There's a lot of underlying issues there. Mm-hmm. First of all, to put that on social media,
right?
This is like, pay attention to me.
Right.
I'm serious and nobody takes me seriously. Mm-hmm. Well, now they do. Mm-hmm. Mental health, I would think, a little work in there. Mm-hmm. Man, it's just unbelievable. Here is your ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service.
Rainy and windy conditions, especially after 10. The wind advisory until 7 tonight. 100% chance of rain and wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour, up to 57, down to 43. 50 the high tomorrow, down to 38. 20% chance of rain with the clouds. Mostly cloudy Wednesday. High 60, low 44. 64 with some evening showers in the forecast on Thursday. Wrapping up the week Friday with a high 50. 50 now on ESPN 93.5.
All right, basketball game last night, sellout completely. Didn't see people hugging, but we were there yelling. I mean, I can't remember being at a game where I've been more engaged. It was like I thought to myself, okay, I got to work tomorrow, so I want to make sure I can still talk. I yelled a little bit.
Yep.
I generally don't get into them, but I was into that because I really wanted to beat Iowa.
Awesome.
It was really, really fun. It'd have been a really big downer if that they came all the way back and beat us, and they almost did, but they didn't. So we hold on. I mean, when it was a 2-point game, and the ball with 3 seconds is bouncing around the rim 5 times for overtime, right? And it bounces out, and then they still get it 1.6, and then Kofi blocks Luka Garza and ball game ends. I mean, but it was emotional. It was as good a game at the State Farm Center as I think you can get. Heated rivalry, standing room only, electricity, and victory.
I saw when Tyler Underwood got a hug from his dad as a senior.
That was a dad hug.
I'm telling you, and there was some love being exchanged there.
That was a dad hug. You could just see the difference. Obviously, it's a dad hug.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little more huggy and a little more dad hug, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I think a little emotional for Coach and his wife Susan and 2 daughters and two other 2 girls. Tyler's the big brother. And he's been Stephen F. Austin, and then Oklahoma State, and now here.
Okay.
And Tyler followed him the whole way.
That's great.
I mean, Tyler could have played somewhere. Probably not Illinois, but he could play at another school. There's no question he's good enough to play basketball in D1, but he wanted to be with his dad. And he probably knows his dad pretty well. Probably knows the English grammar better than he's ever learned it.
You're right about that.
Father. And that's kind of a cool thing when sons can play for their dads. And Fran McCaffrey, the Iowa coach, his son's a really good player and brought them back last night with 10 points and 8 assists. And he was one of the guys targeted for technical. We had never seen that. Double technical. 4 foul. When you get a technical foul, it's actually a personal foul. So there were 5 fouls called in 1 second. 2 double technicals. So 4 players, 2 on each team, double technical, and then the real foul.
Wow.
So you look at the board and say, oh, boy, a lot of fouls just popped up.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, we beat Iowa 78-76. We're going to see them again in Indianapolis, the Big Ten tournament. Illinois earned the 2-day bye, meaning last year we had to play on Wednesday, and then we lost. And that was that. We lost the most games ever in the history of Illinois. And then you come back and do this. It's a heck of a turnaround.
Right.
Best basketball seasons, best sports seasons as fans is when you exceed expectations, and the Illini have done it. There's no doubt in my mind I thought 10-10 would be really, really good. And in this rough and tumble Big Ten is as good of a league as I've ever seen for the Big Ten to be that deep and that good. Did you see Northwestern absolutely pounded Penn State? I mean, how does that happen? I mean, it's just a good conference.
Yep, it is.
And I don't think the seeding, Wisconsin's the 1. They've won like 8 in a row. I mean, they're hot. And then you got Michigan State and Maryland, and Illinois is the 4, and Iowa's the 5.
Right.
There's not a nickel's difference between a Michigan playing a Wisconsin. I mean, I think Michigan, at whatever seed they're going to be, 8, 9, whatever they are, I totally think they could beat Wisconsin. There's just not Kansas is probably the standout team right now. They're hot. And they're going to be the overall 1 in the NCAA unless something weird happens in their Big 12 tournament. But Kansas is the man right now. Otherwise, wide open NCAA tournament. Iowa was asked, what happens if you guys start making baskets? Because we don't shoot very well. We're like 28% from 3. It's not a very good number. Just the way it is. Trent Frazier was 1 out of 8, and I loved his shots. I mean, they were good looks. He made 1. If Trent, then watch out. Because if he starts feeling it, he'll make 6 out of 8. And that'll change the game.
Well, speaking of all this bracket talk, next week on the 16th, it's all about Pia's.
Yeah, we're going to be live with The Drive. Lonte and Derek Piper will be live at Pia's from 4 to 6. We do have a Pia's bracket challenge is coming Monday. This is the only way you can do it. You have to go into Pia's and hand them the old-fashioned, archaic paper copy.
There you go.
No online. This is all paper, old-fashioned. Print legibly. Now you can print it out, I guess, do it on a keyboard if you want.
And even do that final score, I think, too, as the tiebreaker. Because we want you to try to win the money.
And it's 1 entry per person for $1,000. That's big cheese. No purchase necessary.
Okay.
It's all free.
But that Slugger Burger is delicious.
How are those fries? I haven't had those in a little while.
They're awesome, too.
I'm a big fry guy.
I've had salads at Pia's that are delicious, too.
All right. Again, Pia's on West Springfield. Monday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. is the window to drop off your filled-out bracket for $1,000. Second place is a Yeti cooler donated by Coors.
Nice.
Third place is a Coors cooler.
Okay.
So you got 1, 2, and 3. It'll be weighted through each bracket as they advance, you get more points. So if you keep your Final Four and they all make it, you'll have a lot of points. Very difficult to do it. How far will we pick Illinois to go? I mean, hey, we got the potential to beat teams. There's no doubt. As Jeremy Warner says, can we string them together? That's the key in that tournament, in any tournament. Anyway, Monday, Pia's Bracket Challenge, but you got to enter by paper on Monday only. So you have to get it together because you're not going to know where everything is till like 6 p.m. Sunday. Then you got to print a bracket out or go on to Pia's Monday morning. They'll have them.
That's right.
Just sit and fill it out and enter the bracket challenge. It's going to be a limited number of people, which is wonderful because you want a good chance at $1,000.
Sure.
$1,000. Think about that. I don't know what all the bar pools. Is anybody? I'm sure there are big pools out there, but you got to pay to get in. This is free.
Yeah,
this is for free.
That's right.
Okay, 8:40. The Stever offer this morning, where you get Stevie J's money and keep the stuff, is a qualified test drive from Honda BMW. That's our featured Stever deal of the day. And what that means is that are you looking for a vehicle, new, used, whatever? You need another car. You need a truck, van, BMW, whatever it is. I'm paying $200 for a qualified test drive. We can only take a few people. I think I can take one more in this batch. So here's the deal. We'll get hold of you later and say, hey, man, you looking? And you'll say, yeah, because you're honest. And you'll tell me. And I'll say, are you somebody that has insurance in your own name? And you'll say, yeah. Okay, you're able to buy a car and stuff, got money and stuff. One guy called, oh, you want a pilot? Oh, can we afford that?
Okay.
None of my biz wax.
Right.
But I want to make sure they're qualified to do it, and everybody is wonderful, and they say sure.
Uh-huh.
So then what we do is we set it up. You go see Craig Fanning over in Honda, or you can go see Kenny over at the BMW side, and I pay $200 for a qualified test drive. Don't have to buy anything. You can leave, hug them, fist pump them. They don't hug or shake anymore.
That's right.
And that's how that'll work. So if you're interested, text me Honda 359-2255, $200 for a qualified test drive. You don't have to buy anything. 359-2255.
Honda BMW 100 Burwash Avenue in Savoy.
Yeah. Okay, off Neil at Burwash Savoy. All right, and finally, before we get to sports, coronavirus, we talked a lot about that. Had Julie Pride on.
Mm-hmm.
I suggested we're overreacting. She suggested I didn't know what I was talking about. She said, I don't think we're overreacting.
Okay.
I just think that the market's being down 1,900 points is a bit of an overreaction. Just me. Listen, this is something to be concerned about, but it's nothing to lock up the world and never go out. If you're older, if you are vulnerable, got heart issues, you've got pre-existing stuff.
Yeah, compromised immune system.
Then you definitely be careful. I don't think it's like getting a hole. But you definitely wash hands. Don't necessarily hug or shake anymore right now anyway. Be careful. Don't go out if you don't feel well. If you're older and susceptible, you totally have to take the precautions, maybe like the flu on steroids, because we don't know a lot about this, but it looks to me like this is taking a whole lot of feel of a flu you don't want.
Right.
The flu has killed 61,000 people. This has killed 3,700. Now, it's spreading like wildfire. We have no reports in Champaign-Urbana, but it is absolutely inevitable with the way the world is and the way people are walking around not even feeling bad and have it. You just can't go test 200,000 people in the central Illinois region very quickly. But if you got a fever, you probably want to get a test if you can get one of those kits. I just think you're going to have it, and what we got to do is do the best we can to be sensible. Wash hands. Don't pick your nose, pick your teeth, pick your ears.
Right.
Oh, don't rub your eyes.
Nothing in orifices on your body.
You don't take and rub your eyes.
Right.
Found myself rubbing an eye last night.
I did too.
I said, stop it.
Yes.
So it's common sense. But it isn't any. We can panic on this stuff, and you don't want to do that. It just doesn't help. We're too anxious anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any thoughts? Any comments? 359-2255. Check your sports next. It's 8:44.
If you're looking for a great-paying part-time job with flexible hours, check out 2020 Census Jobs. You may have another job, or not. You may even be retired or looking for some extra income, but you can also help make sure that everyone gets counted. So apply today at 2020census.gov/jobs to help strengthen your community.
Hi, I'm Habib, inviting you to the Kindness Seminar. There's not enough kindness in the world, so we're hosting international author and expert Olivia McIver for an interactive 4-hour session that will give a greater understanding of how unkindness impacts our employees and customers, how your workplace can benefit from kindness strategies, and how to implement kindness in your workplace to increase profits. Tuesday, March 17th at the iHotel. For tickets and more information, go to habibhabib.com.
Yeah, if you have something that's market related and it's something long term for your life, don't look. It doesn't do you any good, and you're not going to sell it, so don't look. You didn't lose anything till you sell it. Even though Michael Bloomberg went from $64 billion to $56 billion, that's $8 billion he lost just in the last correction. So markets are down 1,900 points. Yikes. Sports.
Number 23, Illini beat number 18, Iowa, 78-76. We were tied at half. A great game as Kofi blocked the Hawkeyes' last-second shot from Luka Garza. And some great competition, and we might face them again Friday afternoon around 1:30 with that double bye that we got as the number 4 seed in the Big Ten tournament that starts on Wednesday. Of course, Michigan State, number 9 Maryland, Wisconsin, all tied at the top. We had number 9 Maryland beating number 25 Michigan 83-70 yesterday. Number 16 Michigan State over number 19 Ohio State 80-69. On to the NBA where the Bulls were beat by Brooklyn 110-107. Pacers over Dallas 112-109. Garrett Acton's 25th career save had the Illini baseball team 8-7 winners over Elon, now 8-5 on the season. Illinois tennis beat Purdue. Brad Dancer has crossed the 300-win threshold as the coach. The women beat Purdue also, so it was a good round of tennis for our Illini. And as far as the Cardinals, they beat the Marlins 7-3. White Sox win over the San Diego Padres. Reds over the Cubs in the Cactus League in spring training. 11-9 was the final there. NHL, St. Louis Blues over the Blackhawks 2-0. And finally in golf, Arnold Palmer Invitational was watched by many, and Tyrell Hatton on top of the leaderboard.
British guy trading halts on Wall Street. They've stopped trading. Down 1,884 at 23,979. It was at 30 a month ago, and they're down to 23,979. A lot of wealth off the paper, but doesn't mean you've lost anything till you sell and get out, and you shouldn't do that right now. So some news on the financial markets. It was trending that way all Sunday with the sellout markets in the oil. Oil's down 25% rather, which is a ton, like $40-some a barrel, which is unbelievable. And you have mortgage rates and interest rates are just going to come down as well. With the Fed cutting the rate, it's going to bring, I think, the mortgage rates eventually. I mean, what a time to buy a home with the interest rate the way it is. I mean, I think you get 3-something. Wow. It's unbelievable, the difference between 5 and 3. All right, ESPN 93.5.
Hear that? That's the sound of the great Alaskan fish taco migration. Once a year, these delicious little guys make their way south from the remote Alaskan wilderness to Taco John's everywhere, topped with our smoky sour cream and served up 2 for $4. Our wild-caught Alaskan fish tacos are firmly at the top of the taco food chain.
Stop by your local Taco John's at 902 Meyer Drive in Champaign, right next to AMC Theaters.
Warmer weather is right around the corner. Get ready for spring by achieving the image you deserve. Hi, I'm Dr. Curley with Advanced Aesthetics. If you need to tone and tighten or want a brighter, more youthful complexion, visit our website at jkurleymd.com and take advantage of our monthly specials. No matter what goals you may have this spring, we are here to help guide you on your journey to a more youthful and confident you. Call us at 356-3850. That's 356-3850.
Yeah, Dr. Curley's a neighbor of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a Stever, so we're going to give you a chance to get a facial.
Nice. Ooh. Boy, they can really make make you look youthful.
Yeah, they can do a lot. Those
Just
facials.
scrub and, you're just shining. Your face feels great.
Dr. Curley, Advanced Aesthetics. Let's check your weather.
All right. We've got some clouds today. The windy conditions start around 10 up to 25 to 30 miles per hour. A wind advisory until 7 o'clock tonight. We've got the rain coming in too, and a high 57, low 43. Clouds tomorrow, high 50, low 38. 60 the high on Wednesday with the clouds. Late showers on Thursday. Otherwise, some clouds and a high 64. Right now, the temperature's at 50 on ESPN 93.5.
I think the markets are, I think you can say a timeout. Okay. Well, people, you go to timeout. So they time out for 15 minutes. Now they're back, and guess what happened? Sell! Sell! We're down almost 2,000 now. Do we have to go back to the corner? Am I going to have to put you in timeout again?
Cheer on your favorite team at Pia's. From the Big Ten tournament to the big dance, Pia's Sports Bar is your home for all the March Madness mayhem. Enjoy the game while filling up with their famous 10-ounce Slugger Burger, along with great wings and so much more. Watch all the March Madness mayhem this month at Pia's Sports Bar with live video gaming, sports, food, and fun. See you at Pia's, West Springfield Avenue in Champaign.
PDR is a AAA Chicago Motor Club approved facility right here in central Illinois. They have an esteemed community reputation, a great facility appearance, and amazing customer service. Plus, the staff is trained and qualified, has the most up-to-date equipment working on your vehicle, a wide scope of services, and warranty coverage. Stop into the AAA Chicago Motor Club approved facility, PDR Automotive on North Cunningham and Urbana, or call them at 367-9481.
Farmers are the backbone of our communities. At Prospect Bank, we cultivate relationships that help ensure our farmers have the tools they need for a bountiful harvest. I'm Matt Hoos, and as the Chief Agribusiness Officer at Prospect Bank, I'll put my years of experience to work for you and your operation. Get the conversation started by calling 217-896-2423. Opportunities are waiting for you. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Heads up, listeners, we've got a new website. Introducing the all-new StevieJ.com, your one-stop shop for podcasts, advertising info, staff bios, Stever links, community calendars, and more. If you're a regular visitor to any of our station sites, be sure to visit the new StevieJay.com. Each station has their own tab, chock full of show information. So again, if you're looking for ESPN-CU, Q96, US 105.9, or Christian FM 95.3, you can now find them all under one roof at the new StevieJay.com.
Welcome back to How Well Do You Know Your Meat? Now back to the trivia. The freshest meat comes from your local grocery store. True or false?
True.
No. Contestant number 2.
It's false. The freshest meat in town comes from the U of I Meat Sales Room off of Florida Avenue in Urbana.
Yes, that's correct. You're a winner.
For the freshest cuts of meat in town, visit the U of I Meat Sales Room. Open Tuesday and Thursday from 1 to 5:30 and Friday from 8 until 1. Just off Florida on South Maryland in Urbana.
All right, Dow's down 2,000 points. Oh, now back to 1954. Bouncing. Yeah, okay. There is this quote of the day from Mayo DeSumo.
I mean, it's just we don't like each other. Simple as that. we don't like each other. Why? We just don't. I mean, we don't like each other. They want to kill us. We want to kill them. So ain't no sweetie, nothing. As simple as that. Like they want to take us out. We want to take them out. I mean, we had a respect factor where both teams know that. You got to come out and play. Like you can't just come out and things go be sweet. But besides that, when you get on the court, like you just no love on the court.
Well, that's how to assume about Iowa and Illinois and the rivalry there, and it's a high likelihood we'll get to resume the rivalry Friday, as it would work out. And listen, it's they beat us by 10 plus points in Iowa City. We win by 2 in Champaign. It's kind of the rubber game of the set. So we'll play them most likely. If Iowa beats Minnesota, and Minnesota has some capabilities. They've got this Oturo guy that's fabulous. But chances are Iowa probably wins that one, and then we get Iowa again. But you know what? It's tournament time. It's showtime. The Fighting Illini had a great regular season at 13-7 in this conference. 14-6 ended up a tri-champ with Wisconsin Michigan State and Maryland, 3 very good teams, as are the Illini. So, heck of a year for Brad Underwood and heck of a comeback from last year. The coach of the year is going to be the Wisconsin guy. Had Wisconsin lost at Indiana like they should have, had Illinois beat Ohio State and Iowa, I think Brad would have been Big Ten Coach of the Year. It's that close. But Brad, whatever the guy's name is, guard up there in Wisconsin, that's a fabulous. He does not have a great deal of talent, and he did that. It's an amazing year for Wisconsin. Okay, we'll meet tomorrow.
Enjoy the day.
That is Diane Ducey. Stand by for Jeremy Warner and all about the game last night. I'm Stevie J. Thanks for listening. Have a great Monday.
After 29 years at the U of I, the Illini shop on 6th Street is closing its doors for good. Total inventory liquidation now in effect. All items marked down at least 35%. T-shirts as low as $3 for $22. Long sleeve tees as low as $3 for $35. New markdowns daily with many items already reduced 50% or more. Top brands like Nike, Champion, Columbia, and more all on closeout. Shop early for the best selection of remaining Illini merchandise. Everything must go. The Illini Shop, 707 South 6th Street in Campustown.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Champaign is Thomas & Ellers Insurance. Get a quote at 217-356-2400.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
At Honda BMW of Champaign, they've got the widest variety of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs for you to choose from. Each of their pre-owned vehicles have undergone a rigorous and thorough inspection to ensure the highest quality for you. How could you go wrong at Honda BMW of Champaign? Visit them at the corner of Neal and Burwash and Savoy, online at drivechampaign.com, or call 356-0303, drivechampaign.com.
Hi, I'm Habib, inviting you to the Kindness Seminar. There's not enough kindness in the world, so we're hosting international author and expert Olivia McIver for an interactive 4-hour session that will give a greater understanding of how unkindness impacts our employees and customers, how your workplace can benefit from kindness strategies, and how to implement kindness in your workplace to increase profits. Tuesday, March 17th at the iHotel. For tickets and more information, go to habibhabib.com.
Please slow down and move over. I have a family to get home to.
Please slow down and move over. I have a family to get home to.
Slow down and move over for any vehicle with flashing lights. It's the law, and not just for emergency and maintenance vehicles. If you don't slow down and move over, you could be hit with a $10,000 fine, a 2-year suspension of your driving privileges, or even jail time. Learn more at GiveThemDistance.com. This message is brought to you by Tapman's Towing in Urbana.
Hi, this is Vanessa Duncan with Special Olympics Illinois Region I, inviting you to take the 21st Annual Law Enforcement Torch Run Polar Plunge and or Dona-5K Saturday, March 21st at the Lake of the Woods in Mahomet. Recruit your friends and family to be on your Polar Plunge team and raise donations for Special Olympics Illinois. With various donation levels, you could reach our incentives like our Polar Plunge hat, our Polar Plunge towel, watch, zip-up jacket, and more. Register today at plungeillinois.com.
Get the roof your home deserves. Roof Doctors. They have honest, reasonable rates. They give you competitive prices up front. No gimmicks or contractor pricing games. You can rely on Roof Doctors. No deposit required. No subcontractors. Over 30 years in business in the industry. Check out Roof Doctors at roofdoctorsco.com or call Tammy or Randy at 328-7529. Roof Doctors, 328-7529.
Oh no, it's here. And I'm so not ready. I'm already freezing.
That's right. Winter is now here. So be prepared and call ABC Heating and Air. Their goal is for you to always be comfortable. Protect your investment with a heating system tune-up from ABC Heating and Air and stay warm this winter. Go to abcheatingandac.com or call 352-5400. That's 352-5400.
Hi, I'm Ryan, one of the owners at CU Under Construction and CU Services. I'd like to take a moment to thank the community for all the work that you have us do on your remodel, commercial, and residential properties. We would also like to inform you of all of the services that we provide. At CU Under Construction and CU Trade Services, we truly want to make your home our top priority. If you are planning a project or just needing any mechanical services, check us out at CUunderConstruction.com, where we are building better together.
Well, you've done very well in this job interview. I want to know what powers you through the day.
Well, I use a AAA battery as a backup on my alarm clock. Then I turn on my TV for the weather with my AA powered remote. I drove here in my car that has an MT58 Interstate battery. Oh, I forgot about my watch. It has a coin cell battery from Interstate Battery. I once had a fire in my house, and I knew about it because my smoke detector had a 9-volt Interstate battery. So I guess you could say that Interstate Battery powers me. If you need the hookup, go to them in Champaign on Madison.
Wow, you seem charged up for this job. You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.